Hey there, my name is Miguel. I'm a Sitecore developer from JD Outstanding Technologies. Hope you are doing great and having a good day. Welcome to this video tutorial in which you will be able to install Sitecore CMS. First of all, some very important points. As you may know, Sitecore CMS is based on .NET Framework and C# technologies. So this is highly related to Microsoft services. And for database management, the best option for it is to have installed Microsoft SQL Server. If you have already installed SQL Server in your PC, then you are good. If not, no worries, you can find it here and download it. So you can type SQL Server 2022, you can use latest version, no worries, and click in Downloads for the Microsoft page. If you can see here, you have two options, the Developer Edition or the Express Edition. For this case, it's okay, you can select the Express Edition. I have already installed it, and this will be required and important for the other steps. So, one of the requirements is this. The other one is you will need a server in which you can install and run Sitecore. So the best option in this case is Solr server. But what is Solr? Now we can take a look in here and take a look on what is Solr. Solr is an open source project based on Lucene, which is an open source software from Apache. Most of the Sitecore versions use Solr server, so that's why the Sitecore installation includes the option to install Solr during the Sitecore installation. So no worries, you will get both in the same process. Now that you are aware of this, let's get started. We will install Sitecore version, which is Sitecore 10.2 version. We will search that and look for the option Sitecore Experience Platform. Now we can type here Sitecore 10.2. As you can see here, the Sitecore downloads page, you will get the Sitecore Experience Platform 10.2. You will select and look for the third table of download options, not one, not this one, here, the download options for on-premises deployment. You will select the first option, the graphical setup package for XP Single. You click in here and the download will start. I have already installed it, so here I have. As you can see here, in the File Explorer is all the files that contains this package. But no worries, you will have to select the setup file. You will click on this and you will be asked if you can approve and allow the device to make changes. You click yes, and there you go. You have now the Sitecore Install Assistant. Before you begin, you can see you have to have a valid Sitecore license file. I have already a Sitecore license file, but you may ask, how do I can get a license file? No worries, you will need or get a license file in Sitecore Community. You can search for Sitecore Community and you can get a license file according to your version. Then you will have to install and configure Microsoft SQL Server. We have already talked about that. Also, the Apache Solr is required, and this will be installed in this version and in this wizard. So we can start. I will close this and we can start. As you can see here, we have to install some prerequisites at the beginning to ensure that you have the correct version of Sitecore install framework, and then the Windows servers prerequisites. Maybe you will have to restart your computer because the IIS, the Internet Information Services, will restart automatically. So in order to make the changes before those restart and installations, you will have to reboot your computer. As you can see here, the prerequisites are the Sitecore install framework and the Windows Server prerequisites. So you click here in install, and this takes some time, but no worries, it's pretty fast. Okay, as you can see, the AI services has been restarted. The installation has been completed, and maybe you will be prompted to restart your computer. If not, you can click on Next. Now you have to install the Solr search services, as you can see here, in order to install the Sitecore Experience platform. Now, for default, the Solr port is the 8983, but you can select anyone and another. In my case, I will select the 8987 because I have already installed and I am already using the 8983. Now, you have to type a Windows service and a path prefix for this Solr search service. Why? Because you will have to identify in the best way where do you will get and find the Solr service folder in your PC. So you can type here, for example, Solr test, or you can just select Solr, but in my case I will type just test, and the install path will be located in the C drive, but you have the option to browse and select another location. Now you click on install. This will take some time, but yeah, it will download and install all the Solr service. And there you go. You have already installed the Solr search service. The installation has been completed and now it's working. So click on Next. Now for the Sitecore settings, you have to get and type a solution prefix also, because you will find in the browser your Sitecore instance with that solution prefix. For example, I will type as ctest. So when I have completed all the Sitecore installation, I will launch Sitecore and look for my instance with this prefix as ctest.sc.dev.local.com. So that will be the name of my Sitecore instance. For the Sitecore admin password, you only need to type the letter B, and as I said, you have to browse and select and use a Sitecore license file. Here I have it. Now click on Next, and now you have to complete the Microsoft SQL Server settings. As you can see here, it is required a Microsoft SQL Server instance, but most of the times this local is not your SQL Server instance. So you have to check in the SQL Server management system which is your SQL Server instance. As you can see here, this is the server name. So in my case, this is my SQL Server instance. I have to copy this and paste it here. Then you will require the Microsoft SQL Server admin username. In my case, I'm using the SA admin username for default. And I will put in here my SQL Server password. But if you don't have this SA for default in SQL Server, no worries, you can add it. If you move to the security tab and click on logins, you will see all the logins that you have. Look, here I have the SA username, but if you want it, you can add a new login with SQL Server authentication option. You have to check this, and for example, you can type test and I don't know, test, for example, for your password. Please remind this because you will use this information in this window. And you have to add the server roles for public and sysadmin. Okay, so there you go. You can create a new username for your logins in SQL Server. But in my case, I'm using SA username, so I will follow this. Now you can click on Next. And as you can see here, you have now the Solr settings summary. This is your Solr service URL. As you can see here, I have the local host in my port 8987. I have the Solr file system root, which is Solr. And as you can see here, here is the prefix that I have already typed. test. And now the service name is test Solr and the version. As you can see here, I have this prefix. Now you click on next because this is okay. And now you have this option. If you are using Sitecore modules, you will have to select the option to install the Sitecore Experience Accelerator. If not, if you are just only using the Sitecore CMS, you can uncheck this and click on next. And now you will get the summary. Here is a list of the settings you have specified. As you can see here, I have the installation and my solution prefix as SC test, my Sitecore license file, and my information for Microsoft SQL Server and the Solr service. If everything is okay, you can click on next, or if not, you can edit by clicking back the information that you want to change. As you can see here, the validation has been approved all the requirements. So you can see here validating that all the requirements are in place, and this is okay. So now you can click on install without problems. Great! After some time, the installation of Sitecore has been completed. As you can see there, the installation has been successfully completed, and now you can click on next. Now you will have a new window in which you will finally launch Sitecore. When you click on launch Sitecore, it will take some time because it will be the first time that you will get loading your Sitecore instance. But in some time you will have it. You will have to wait. And finally, you have it. As you can see here, the URL is sctest.dev.local because this is the prefix that you added to your Sitecore instance. In my case, I added as sctest, as you remember. But in your case, you can add a new name, no worries. So now I have the login page, I have the username as admin, as always, and my password, which was the letter B. So now I can log in, and it will take, as I said, some time because it is the first time that this Sitecore instance is loading. So no worries if it takes some time. Now you click on login. Okay, great. Now, as you can see here, after the login, you will get and reach this page, the Sitecore Launchpad. The Sitecore Experience Platform offers you a lot of features. As you can see here, marketing application as Experience Analytics, Experience Profile, Path Analyzer, Campaign Creator, Marketing Automation, because Sitecore can be very useful for marketing applications and marketing purposes. Now you have another features as content editing, the content editor and experience editor that we will take a look in next videos. But this is the most used in our case because we edit the content, we include all the information for our websites here, and we manage in here in the content editor. Then you have the media library and other features. The control panel, you have a desktop also, and you have access management, security settings, access settings, and role manager settings, and some other features. So great, you have already installed Sitecore instance and Sitecore CMS in your local. You have already also loaded your Sitecore instance, and now you can see here your Sitecore Experience Platform. Now you can click on the desktop and you will move to the desktop. As you can see here, it's like a new window, for example, as I can see here, a new desktop. And there you have all the information, all the options, security tools, development tools, reporting tools. But all of these features, we will check it in another videos. For this case, that's all for my part. It was a pleasure to explain you and taking through your Sitecore installation process. Have a nice day.